Kia ora from New Zealand. Another video. And this is in response to the attempt to ramp up their stalking campaign of mindless hate. The more they do it, the more I will continue to speak. This is my intention, to make these videos to help people, because I never had any, and I don't see why they should be allowed to continue their dirty deeds in the dark. Cowardly dirty deeds, I might add. So I want to speak about them, and it's interesting because I just did a video, right? And one thing that happens is, as soon as I finish a video, about 5-10 minutes, every time, especially at night, there is a particular car that goes racing off at 100 miles an hour without fail. So I don't know what that's about. I pulled some cards on it, and it's quite funny because this is what I got. See if I can put them in here and you can see. No peps. Watching and observing the present. So that kind of rings true. And then I said, should I continue on doing this? No, this. So, bad luck to them. So I'm just going to keep talking on it. The other thing that happened is, I don't know if you know about this or not. There is this little craze on the internet that's been around for a long time, really, but they're pushing that agenda now, and it's astral projection. Astral projection is real. It's not recommended, and they are using it for nefarious reasons. So when I was playing those cards, somebody popped in and they push around behind you. It's quite funny. But if you know the correct techniques, you can grab them, chop them up and transmute them or send them back or bounce them out. Whatever your imagination can come up with, you can do it. And then they go away. And you can carry on doing your video in peace in the privacy of your own home, which is how it should be. So yeah, I will keep talking to anyone else that has also been forced to endure their bullshit campaign, as I said. So I wanted to share some more about the levels of gaslighting. I'm just going to get my glasses. Having problems reading my writing, so I've made some notes. This can go either way, or either stick to them or go off track. But so I want to share. So there seems to be different levels and types. So we've got the classic, the real down and dirty personal stuff, the X, the classic male, female, doesn't matter. Narcissists exist everywhere in all types of forms. There's all different kinds. So they believe they're entitled, they believe they're right, you are very unimportant, in fact you're just an appliance to give them energy and fuel, and they will use and abuse as they deem appropriate. And if you catch on to what they're doing and call them out, heaven forbid, boy, that doesn't go down well. If they're seriously butthurt because the relationship's ended, you've called them out, exposed them and rejected them, well, away they go. They won't stop. They're obsessive. So the smear campaign will begin. The gaslighting of others this time. The flying monkeys, which are the ones that they whisper in their ears and they go running off and do their deeds, dirty deeds for them. Lies. And the aim is they will attempt to destroy you, to destroy your life and your reputation. They will do this with intimidation and harassment, any means possible. It sort of reminds me of high school when, you're like, I'm on your side, are you on my side? All that sort of rubbish and exclusion and the nastiness and the whispering. And, like these people, they get stuck, usually through trauma, which is where the compassion comes into, but and that holds true, but that doesn't mean you have to put up with bad behaviour either. It's usually trauma that will stop the growth at that point, like emotional growth, and there'll be points in the development where it's stunted. And if you're a woke person, you will find those points and you will grow yourself up by parenting your own inner child. These people wouldn't have a clue about that, and they don't want to. They're quite happy with the way they are. Anyway, so high school stuff from immature, emotionally stunted people that can't behave like adults. And that holds true with not just the ex. This will happen in the family units, growing up, cults and societies, secret little societies with their little ceremonies and crap and magic behind closed doors. They're all into it. If they find that you're a threat, well, away they go. And they've got more resources, depending on the levels of wealth and contacts and things. They're in all levels of society, and they will spread the word. You've got the government, the military. The only differences there are the toys and resources that they have. So, what else have we got there? Yeah, toys. When I say toys, I'm talking about like directional weapons, directional EMF weapons and stuff like that. Probably stuff I don't even know about, but these people are bloody good. I've encountered them. They will get your number, they will find out all about you, and they will use it all against you. And goodness help you if they get a map of your heart, electromagnetic field or brain, because they can start designing things to suit you. Really sick, really, really sick stuff. I don't know if they, get their fucking jollies off that way or what. I don't really want to know. So, anyway. So, yeah, the exclusion, and they'll come up with their smear campaign will be, they'll make up lies, but what they're trying to do is, they know, I'm pretty sure they know they've done wrong, but they will try and push it on you. So everything that they've done to you, if they've cheated on you, you're the cheater. If they were using you for money, you were using them for money. If, I don't know, it's so incredible. Here's one. I decide that I'm going to go on a holiday by myself, paying for it with my own money. Off I go. When I come back, everything has changed and people are looking at me weird and not speaking to me and things like that. So the narcissist has been busily off telling everyone that I have abandoned him, left him without a car, my car, bread, didn't even leave a loaf of bread. Like, I'm responsible for his food and his transport, which I never ever was. I voluntarily took him to work, and we had plenty of food. He just made up this big sob story to get, well, I don't even know, but finally I got this lady to talk to me. I was like, what is going on? And she said, well, you're in a relationship, aren't you? Isn't it equal give and take? How can you just leave him without those things? And I'm like, you what? So, yeah, there's that. They will deliberately set you up and make you look like the worst person on earth. And but on the other hand, it takes the other people to believe it. So you have to sort of weigh it up and think, well, do you really want those people around in your life or not? If they're going to believe crap about you, deliberately try and pretend that they're your friend, and meanwhile they're just stabbing you in the fucking back the whole time and laughing about you and talking about you. Really, really high school shit. And talk about smoke and mirrors, man. It's crazy. It's even crazier. It's like the relationship blew up to the whole community instead of the lies and smoke and mirrors happening behind closed doors. Now it's happening out in public, and we've got other people involved, and it's like, wow, they love to hate you. And half of them won't even know who you are. They won't even know you. They'll just go along with this. Because what? They want to get on the bandwagon. They're looking for clout in the community. Again, the attention seeking. So, yeah, there's that. Meanwhile, the narc at the centre of this is feeding the, fueling the fire with lies and having a great old time with all the attention and everyone's saying, oh, poor you, and, it's like, wow, it's just outright defamation of character and, as I say, fabricated from their own misdeeds. So all that stuff shunted on you, and all these people are believing it, and so pathetic are these people that the campaigns can go on for years. And if it's a small town, well, they all know each other, even if they pretend they don't. And yeah, they're having a wee top time doing that. Attempts will be made to provoke you and get you to act out of character. And they'll try and film you doing this. They can say, see, I told you. If you're smart, that won't happen. They'll try and get close to you. They'll pretend to be your friends, as I said, to betray you, or worse, they'll try and set you up in compromising situations, dangerous situations. They want to cause you harm, make no mistake about that. So you've got to have your wits about you and listen to your intuition, because that's your gut feeling is going to save your ass. They'll screw with your food, your home, your car, your clothing, your animals. There are no limits to the levels that these people will stoop and crawl to bring you harm. That's a fact. Yeah, really sick stuff. Like putting your dog down the day after you go away to look after someone else's dogs and saying that he was sick. And not even asking you, just doing it and then going, oh, by the way, we put your dog down. Fuck. Anyway, what a bleak, fucked up picture that is. Why all this effort? Well, it's a spiritual war. And these energies have picked the side of hatred and greed and avarice, and they can't have you running around being all happy and shining your light and raising the vibration. They want you to be grovelling down at their level, sad, fucking mean, and in fear, and giving them fuel to the whatever they are. But that's the fuel they run on, is fear. Mainly fear. The lower energies. And they want to be able to generate that as much as possible. So any threat to that. Because we're so friggin' powerful, our hearts we can generate our own self-love, right? And they can't. And when we start doing this, we set off other people around us. So powerful is that heart field. And that is a major threat. They've got to shut that down. They've got to crush that shit. Can't have that happening. Nope. So that's part of it. That's a part of it. There's way more. And as I say, I'm only going to be revealing the parts that I feel comfortable and I'm guided to at these points. So, yeah, so what can we do about it? Well, what else have I got there? Nothing up behavior, scene. That. What can we do about it? Well, we've got to speak out. We've got to speak our truth. We can't, by not speaking, we're supporting them and hiding them. And if we feel shameful or afraid to speak out, well, they get to carry on. So we've got to speak out. We've got to let each other know what's going on, that we're not alone, that it is real, that these people aren't right in the head, even though they'd like everyone to think you're not right in the head. I mean, who's right in the head that goes around fucking over people and lying about them and trying to hurt them? Is that right? Is that good? Is that, is that desirable behaviour? I don't think so. So, they want everyone to think that you're nuts, you're crazy, and alone, and excluded, and not a good person is, because they're all apparently having such a tip-top time and happy, which I doubt very much. And yeah, if you don't toe the line, well, you're in the little bad books. So you're not alone. If you're going through this, you're not alone. They want others to believe that whatever they want them to believe. So in the meantime, stay strong, stay true, ignore the fuck out of them, and carry right on being the best that you can be. Be strong, be authentic, be sovereign, be free. Get out there and love the crap out of the earth and your pets and your family and your life, and enjoy it, and gratitude and gratitude and gratitude for the roof over your head, for everything, for the protection, for the love, for the support from the known and the unknown, the seen and the unseen, because it's there. And call on it. Call on it. Ask for help. Ask to help them help yourself. Help me to help myself. Ask these things, and it is given. It's there. They can't do anything. Nothing can be done unless you ask for it and give permission, because it's a planet of free will, and they can't interfere. Like, these people are trying to interfere, and they're putting out force, and they're trying to manipulate things, and that's a big no-no. Whatever you can do it, as I say, free will. But what happens is, when you harm others, attempt to harm others, you're actually harming yourself first. So we're so protected and loved by ourselves and the highest power, whatever you call that, that this stuff just bounces back on them. And the funny thing is that they think that you're doing it to them because it's so friggin' powerful, and you're not. It's just a bloody universal law that what you put out comes back to you. So it's going all back to them. So the no matter how depraved and how much passion and energy and creativity that they put into their sick shit, like, it's sick, you don't even want to know, no matter how much they do, it all comes back to them. It all comes back to you. That reminds me of a song. So what you put out there. So if we're going around being kind and loving to ourselves and others, that is what's coming back to us. And they're screwing their own selves over by behaving like this. So they think they're doing you harm, but they're absolutely not. Karma is coming, there's no escaping it. It's a law of the universe, and they're screwing themselves over by behaving like this. Anyway, I'm going to get going now. So, kia ora from New Zealand, food for thought, take care, be kind, and kia kaha, which means I stand with you. Kia kaha. So, cheers from New Zealand, take care. Till next